Hello Internet, this is Zelda Ace logging on, and in this episode we're going to be finishing the Goron main quest that we did a lot of work with the past couple of episodes.
Huh?
Hey, brother, thanks so much for appeasing Rudania, Goro. I don't know exactly what you were doing in Rudania, but, well, it seems to have calmed down, Goro. You know, while I was up there, I could have sworn I saw Lord Daruk standing on top of Rudania. I wonder, was that his ghost? I don't know how to explain it, but I somehow feel a lot braver now, Goro.
Huh?
Oh, that's right. The, I talked to Boss about you, and he said to bring you to him. An order, an order from Boss can't be refused. Move it, Goro. Well, better get onto it then. Just gonna whistle sprint all the way over here and talk to Bluto. Hey, hmm, hey, it's you. Yunobo told me everything. You really are something else, brother. You know that, right? I can't believe you conquered Rudania. Color me impressed. But good grief, did you have to do it just when my back pain went away? I was already in raring to go at Rudania myself. Now you're gonna make me look like I was just fibbing about that. My back pain. The whole time. Imagine that. Me! And and I'm also happy to see Yunobo finally got his act together. I know that's your doing as well. But enough backpatting in this other contest. Take a look at this. The divine beast Rudania has calmed down and has returned to its peaceful ways. Now we can get back to digging for ore around Death Mountain. Oh right, I still gotta thank you, brother. There's some treasure in my house. Grab it, keep it, it's yours. It's a sharp blade that Daruk himself once yielded. I'm sure you'll be able to make good use of it. However, well, as a Hylian, I know you probably already know this, but apparently 100 years ago, the Hylian champion had a legendary blade, the sword that seals the darkness. That said, you got yourself a rather fine blade already, don't you? Come to think of it, you look just like the Hylian champion who fought the Calamity alongside Lord Rook. We do have a mighty fine blade now, don't we? He's talking about the Master Sword, which we already went and got ahead of time. Anyway, let's go see what's in this chest. Boulder Breaker. This two-handed weapon was once wielded by the Goron champion Daruk. Daruk made swinging it around look easy, but a Hylian would need an immense amount of strength. Of course, my inventory is full, so let's just look around. I bet we can part ways with the Edge of Duality to make room for this. And the only reason I'm keeping the Fireblade is because it's, well, just that. It's a two-handed weapon of fire. Anyway, that actually concludes all of our business in this area of the map. And if we go to the right menu, there we are. That took me longer than it needed to. Free the Divine Beasts. There's only one left over in this region of the map. So what I would suggest doing is teleporting to the Cryonis Shrine. Yeah, once you get here, you're gonna want to equip some form of cold protection, whether it be food or armor. Probably should have the armor. Anyway, after that, we're gonna wanna, well, first, sometimes, I think there's a glitch in the game where things will unselect anyway. What you're gonna wanna do is just go this way, glide over here. And I don't know why I'm just being so silent. So you're gonna wanna probably just walk around the edge of the Great Plateau so we can get to an optimal position. Oh yeah, this is what Daruk's protection looks like. Talk about glitches in the game. I'm not holding down the shield button, but when you do hold down the shield button, you get this. What on... Okay, I don't know if I did like a glitch or anything, but like, I accidentally... Oh, guys, this game is so broken and I don't even know what I did. Mind you, this game is from like 2017. It's a good game, open world, but it is so broken. Also found where I need to go, so you're gonna do. I don't even know what just happened. So I think I did something where I made the game feel like I was holding down the shield button when I wasn't, so I can execute other commands such as sprinting, which you normally can't do while you're holding the shield. Oh, there's a shrine down there. Probably get that shrine. See, like, so as long as I'm gliding, which the game knows I can't be shielding when I'm gliding, I have Daruk's protection on, which I think is kind of funny. Now, hopefully this loading scene will fix this. It's funny, but it's getting annoying too. Nope. Okay. You know, hey, yeah, that's how good I am at this game, guys. I broke it on accident. I gave myself a useful glitch without even trying to. Now I walk around weird. Okay, so I can still do that. Can still attack. Just want to make sure I can still do all the normal things. Oh, I can backflip much easier now. Anyway, we're gonna need to be using a wee bit of stasis. And stop. Okay. Is it? Okay. So it was fixed for a second, but then it unfixed itself. So this is gonna be a weird episode. I'll try to see if I can fix this, but I might just keep it because it's funny and really cool. Oh hey, hey there. Oh, now my shield button just doesn't work. Yeah, this has gone from funny to just like weird. Because typically I'll like parry that and stuff, but now my shield button is just not working. Mind you, this could be my controller. Actually, I'm gonna test that quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, I've come to conclusion. It was just my controller. And since that was only like 3 minutes of the episode, I'm not gonna re-record, plus I think it was kind of funny. I will also try looking for updates on my Switch to see if it's just like my version of the Switch being weird, but I do think it's the controller. I'll look into that. Anyway, yeah, that guy we were supposed to stop. That was over there. Now it's all the way over there. So, it's an infinite loop. These conveyor belts going at Mach speed does not make this event much easier. They're going very slow. Come on. In other news, besides my controllers breaking for fun reasons, at the time of recording, there's going to be a new Zelda game out soon. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It's going to be... It's kind of like the 2020 remake of A Link to the Past. Not A Link to the Past. Link's Awakening. It's the same art style, but it has like the open worldness of Breath of the Wild. And crazy thing is here, okay, spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen like the trailers for it and stuff, and you want to know, I'll put a link to the trailer in this video. Okay, spoiler alert. Editor, please put giant spoiler alert sign, and when they can skip to, so you get the end of it. You're playing as Zelda in this new game. It's amazing. He's like, in the 38 years of Legend of Zelda history, you've not played as Zelda once. And now we get to play as Zelda, which means that there isn't really going to be much of a combat system, as far as we know. There's going to be a really cool customization system with, like, an Echo Wand or something. Some cool magical ability that Zelda can use because Zelda is, like, a magical person. Anyway, now back to the shrine. Which you take this ball, take the ball, and we have to run. But you might be, oh, well, there's those lasers. Yes, astute observation. There are lasers. Luckily, we can just run while the boxes are in the way of the lasers. And try not to get hit or fall off. That was a great example of what not to do. Because things like this can be tricky. Of course, first, I'm getting that metal box. Gimme. Annoying. An oval. And now it can fall off into oblivion. So yes, what you're supposed to do is, this part is timing. The whole thing is pretty much timing based. Gotta wait here for some boxes. And once the boxes cover it up, or I suppose the chest can too now that it's opened. Go, 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 go. You gotta run. You gotta like run really fast because the boxes, you can't go super fast. Or you could do my favorite strategy. That's the wrong button. Which is throw the ball. Have the boxes come at a very inconvenient time. Then run forward. Never mind. Okay. Oh yeah, it's on this side this time. So this time we do actually have to use stasis. Stop. This is gonna have to be expertly timed because we cannot stop. Go, 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 go. Hooray. Anyway, now that we've done this shrine, we can drop this in here. And that's the end of the shrine. Yeah, there we are. The grand staircase into a tiny staircase. Another spirit orb in the bag. Hey, we can get another piece of essence. Probably gonna put it in stamina this time, because, by goodness, we cannot run very far. Yeah, so now we're down here instead of up there, and it is very useful to be up there. So, you can climb. It really does not take that much stamina. Like, as long as you have one wheel, you should be able to make it. But since I have Rivali's Gale, I shall use it. That was a disappointment. The desert music is so cool at night. Metal cube for Korok. You know, while we're here, may as well. But throughout all the Zelda games I've ever played, I gotta say, whenever there's a desert, it typically has some pretty good music. Aha, you found me. Another Korok seed. We have 4, and then I know some people who have like 700. It's actually like 900-ish Korok seeds in total, which I think is interesting. But at some point, I feel like the game doesn't give you any more inventory slots, so it's more for like people who really, really, really want 100% this game. And it is useful to have more inventory slots, don't get me wrong, but like, person only needs so many inventory. I think it's the hardest part of climbing up here. Yeah, so easy. What do you do when you actually get up there, though? That's that's the grand question, because you can't just climb right onto it. The game decides I'm going to be difficult today, and then it be difficult, and there's nothing you can do about it. And there's a difference between like difficulty being high and just a challenging level or boss, and then the game itself and its physics engine just gonna be like, I'm not gonna let you do that, even though you probably should be able to do that. Because I feel like there's definitely a point where video games can be too realistic. I don't know about you, but I and many of my friends play video games to escape reality. So when it becomes too realistic, it just becomes annoying. Because the world and the thing in the format you're, you're experiencing is so realistic, but your control over this world isn't as realistic. So not only do you have the same things you have to deal with in the real world, but you have less control over them. I feel like that is the antithesis of what I'm getting at when I try to play a video game. I want to have either a lot of control over what happens or what I get to do, or a cool adventure that I can use to escape from whatever the heck might be happening in my life. Something fun I can do. Hey there, buddy. Bye-bye. It just keeps following. Oh, hey. There's a wolf. And then there's a fire wizard. I cast fireball. Oh yeah, speaking of which, me and my friends have been playing some Dungeons and Dragons recently, and if you don't know what that is, I don't blame you. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons is a... I think popular is an interesting word for it. It is one of the... Ooh, Hardy Truffle, that's pretty cool. That's going to be using cooking to be very useful. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons is one of the more popular, and I would supposedly say stereotypical, role-playing games for nerds. It was kind of popular back in the early 2000s, and it's still very popular. Anyway, so essentially it's like, it's a world, or a universe, one might say, in which is like set in medieval time. You gotta create your character, who can be like, character can be any sort of like mythical race. Like it could be an elf, an orc, a tiefling, which is kind of like a demon. It could be a dragonborn, or if you want to be real creative, you can be a piece of bread. It's kind of a joke. I'll explain later. And so yeah, you choose your like a magical race. What you also get to do is choose a class, in which I don't have all of them in front of me at the moment per se, but I would say the most common ones, yeah. So there's cleric, which is a more healer, which is kind of like a healer person, and then there's Wizard, Sorcerer, Warlock, Fighter, Paladin, which is more like a knight or a holy knight sometimes specifically, a Barbarian, and oh my goodness, it is bright right here. Barbarian and Bard. I think there's 12 classes in total, and then there can like more specific subclasses you can get into if you want to make your character something specific. But there's 12 classes in total, and I only named like a couple of them. Editor, it might put them on screen, might not. You do you. I don't think I pay my editor enough for this. Anyway, yeah, so you create a character using that, and then you give your character a bunch of stats, and I didn't think that through correctly. Anyway, and then you go on some sort of magical adventure. Sometimes you can have what are called one-shots, which are just little things that, I mean, they might take up to a day or maybe an hour. And then there are campaigns. Magical Dungeons and Dragons campaigns are, well, I should probably explain what I'm doing first. So, essentially, I can't swim in this because this is bottomless bog. We may or may not have encountered bottomless bog before. I don't know. I've been doing this series over 2 years, even though it probably should have taken me like 5 months. Anyway, I want to get to this tower. There's a bunch of bottomless bog. Well, since it's still technically a liquid, for some reason, I can place cryonis blocks on top of it. And then I can bridge over to these stone pillars. To which I would climb the stone pillars and traverse them. Now back to explaining a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Now campaigns are typically long-term adventures in which you won't complete in one sitting. Sometimes you'll have your friends over like once every week to play this game. Dungeons and Dragons is it's a tabletop RPG. I probably should have said that before. RPG stands for role-playing game. And then tabletop, it's kind of like a board game, except sometimes without the board. It's mainly just your imagination. Anyway, long-term campaigns can last anywhere from a couple months, depending on how often you play, to the longest one I heard of so far took 7 years. People are invested in this game. This game is not for the faint of heart. If you want to play this game, you better really like it, or you're not going to enjoy yourself. Now, this game isn't for everybody, and I'm not necessarily saying that if you're a nerd, you have to play Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm not necessarily saying if you play Dungeons and Dragons, you're a nerd. I'm just saying, I'm a nerd. I like Dungeons and Dragons. I think you should try it out. If you don't like it, don't tell everybody you like it, because they will get you to try to play 2.5-year-long campaigns. Yeah. So anyway, now that we're near the top of this tower, this should probably help explain why I've just been wandering through the desert. I mean, I feel like it's kind of obvious at this point. I'm trying to get to the yellow dot over there. And it's way over there, so I wanted to be able to see, hey look, there's a town over there. I didn't know you could see that from over here. None the more you know. Sheik Tower activated. Scanning area. That is a very big piece of the map. That Sheik Tower scene is always very, very loud for me because how I hook up my headphones to how my Switch connects to my recording thing, which connects to my computer, my headphone can only connect to the recording device I have, which then connects to the Switch, because while the Switch is in the deck mode, it can't use like auxiliary outputs or Bluetooth or anything. So I have to listen to it through the I have to listen to through my recording device, which gives me no control over the audio, and it is typically very, very loud. Oh, hey, look, another shrine. Well, yeah. So when things are very loud for you and you think you might have turned your volume down, just know that I'm listening to it probably 3 times louder than you are, and I can't turn my volume down. So recording is always fun. This is why I only do like one video a week. Trying to preserve my hearing for when I'm 50. Along with a bunch of other things. But that's is literally one of the main reasons. Probably say like scheduling and stuff. But this is more of a forward-thinking thing, because there are definitely some weeks where I could turn out a lot of videos, and then there are other weeks where I could not do that. That's why I pace myself, so I don't set an expectation that I can't always meet. And then I just can't meet the expectations that I set for myself anyway, so yeah. I'm setting myself up for less failures when I'm going at here. Anyway, probably should have explained what I'm doing. I like to ramble a lot. This metal ball is a catalyst of infinite electrical energy, and this will harness that electrical energy. Once both of the switches are powered, it opens the door. Hooray. Now when the switches are powered, they don't always open doors. Sometimes they can do other things, as we will see. Oh no, there's a guy over here. Good thing my shield works this time. Fire away. Easy as pie. I don't know why people say that. I tried to make pie once. It did not go well. Dang it, I'm down 2 hearts. Okay. I don't want to shoot this. Actually, no. I can get my arrow back. Hooray. I am running out of arrows, though. I think I'm going to like stop by Gerudo Village at some point, because I like having arrows. They're useful for solving puzzles and for, killing people. But, yeah, anyway. I'm going to need to get some eventually. Whatever that means for you or for me in the future. I could probably drop this on the thing instead of standing on it. Anyway, that activates this conveyor belt, which in turn knocks over that block, which allows me to go over here and get this wonderful, glorious chest. Now you might be thinking, why do we need this chest? Typically tests are out of the way things. Nope. This chest has a small key, which we've actually encountered before. And it can only be used inside of here, so if you leave, you cannot use it anywhere else. Now use it to open this door. And there's a guardian. Oh, hey! It's not just a shooty guy. He's got a sword, too. Well, guess what, Buster? Darn it. Nope. I just now realized that I said, guess what, Buster? Paused in concentration, and then proceeded to say nope 20-some seconds later. Man, my thought process is weird today. Anyway, electric stuff. Electricity flow through water. Do not go in water. It hurt. I'm not going to show you this time. Anyway, the electricity comes from this thing, which goes into a tiny metal ball. Tiny metal ball electrocutes water. This crate also electrocutes water, as is being fueled by electricity. Never mind, I accidentally showed you that electricity dangerous. Okay, anyway, there's 2 crates here. You put them next to each other. Electricity goes through them, and then bada bing, bada boom, that thing is powered. And that gave me a little bit of a mini heart attack, but hey, at least we get our hearts back at the end of every shrine. Oh yeah, 5. Now, I do believe that there is a shrine. Nope, that was the shrine we were just on. There's a Korok seed, for one, and there's a stable. Yes, anyway, there's a stable here. It's really cool. Here's Beetle. Came all the way out in the middle of nowhere in this weather just to see me. So it's super hot during the day, but I won't but I won't fall to the heat. What are you looking for? I want to see what you got. You got any arrows? I probably got. Oh, I got the money for it. Give me your arrows. Give me all of your arrows. Cool, we just got 40 arrows. Anyway, that's what we needed from you. So yeah, now we're at the stable, and I think this is a pretty good place to stop for today's episode. We made it pretty far, and looking at the runtime of the recording, it's a pretty long episode. I'll do as best I can to make it short and watchable for you, but hey, look, Cass is here. He's playing a pretty nice song, which is a Sable theme. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out and motivates me to keep making these videos for you. And maybe I'll slowly improve them so they're not, I don't know, weird. And so my controller stops breaking. Yeah. Anyway, this is Zelda Ace, signing out. Peace.